Okay, I'm back. Unfortunately, we're here to discuss another mass shooting situation. This is actually kind of a similar situation to another LNL that we had in regards to a shooting in Michigan where the parents were being held criminally liable for their child's act of shooting multiple people at a high school. This particular case is a situation that happened in Highland Park, Illinois. There was a mass shooting at a 4th of July parade there in Highland Park, where Robert Bobby Crimo III basically shot at many people at this parade, almost sniper style, from the top of a balcony. It killed multiple people. I think I might have even had an Elna about this now that I think about it. I know it's losing track, but yeah, about this specific story. But he was basically on a rooftop, shot a bunch of people at this Highland Park parade. Many people were killed and there were many people injured. And now the Lake County District Attorney's Office, or State's Attorney's Office, whatever they call it over there, is now pressing charges against the dad, Robert Crimo Jr., saying that he was reckless by signing off on what's called an FOID card. They have over there in Illinois, if you want to have a firearm, you need this FOID card. If you're an adult, you just go through the background check. If you're a juvenile, a child, then you basically you just need a parent or guardian to sponsor you, sign off on it. You still have to pass the same background checks of the adults. So the dad, Robert Crimo Jr., and his attorney George Gomez are basically saying, look, it's the same as the adult situation. As a background check, he passed all of that. That's the state's responsibility. Really, the parent, above and beyond, does not have any additional responsibility. And a lot of times, I mean, parents may not know that their child's a lunatic, or they may just not take some of the stuff that they're saying seriously. They may just think it's this gibberish. And I could have somebody run in here and say, I'm going to just light Albuquerque on fire right now, and might not necessarily take that seriously. And maybe some of this stuff they didn't take seriously. The question becomes, was it reckless to the point where these parents should have realized that this child posed a serious, incredible threat to the community and should not have signed off on this FOID card? And on top of that, the question becomes, even if they did, shouldn't the state, maybe the state had a responsibility to look into that? I mean, that's maybe where Crimo Jr. and his the attorney George Gomez may go on this. But the statute there in Illinois, ILCS as they call it, Illinois Compiled Statute 720, and then there's a 5/12-5. I just pulled this up on the internet, but the statute says that a person commits reckless conduct when he or she, by any means lawful or unlawful, recklessly performs an act or acts that, one, causes bodily harm to or endanger the safety of another person. This would be a misdemeanor. But the Lake County, Illinois State's Attorney's Office in Waukegan, Illinois, they're going under the felony statute, which would be part of this, which would be that Crimo Jr. recklessly performed an act of providing this FOID card in a manner that caused great bodily harm or permanent disability or disfigurement to another person. Number two, that it would be pretty easy to prove. I mean, here that there is great bodily harm or permanent disability. So it's not going to get dropped down to a misdemeanor. It's either going to be he's convicted of this felony or it's dropped. But caused great bodily harm or permanent disability or disfigurement to another person would be easy to prove. I mean, multiple people were shot and killed here or seriously injured. The question really hinges on whether this was a reckless act of signing off on this FOID card. Now, here's the thing. This could open up Pandora's box. Again, like I said, we have number one, which it doesn't pertain here. It's just simply just saying cause bodily harm or to or endanger the safety of another person. So if you sign off on Junior's FOID card, as they call it here, there, or whatever, enable your child to have firearms wherever you live, then the states could proceed to hold you criminally liable if that child in any way commits endangers the safety of another person. And if it's just simply that, again, it's a misdemeanor. But if there's more serious things like these mass shootings, then you could be looking at a felony. Now, here in New Mexico, you don't need a card. I mean, you can have anybody. You can really purchase a gun without one of these cards. If you want to conceal carry, that's a different story. But if you just want a firearm for yourself, that you don't necessarily need that. Now, the question becomes here: yes, there are heightened restrictions there in Illinois, but at the same time, does that put a level of responsibility on this parent? And obviously, there's going to be a lot of debate here. This kid was, I don't know, in his Highland Park home or in his basement doing whatever whatever he was doing in Highland Park, and he was on these neo-Nazi websites. I also think he was basically had this obsession with, I guess, killing people or something of that sort, or firearms or whatever. Would this be credible enough? I mean, sometimes you could just parents could just be like, look, he's never shot up anybody before. This is just, your crazy son who's just sitting in the basement has nothing better to do than you spew all this gibberish. But can an argument be made that this parent had a responsibility to really understand, and that this child poses a danger, and either report that to authorities, or at the very least not sign off or sponsor this FOID card? So there's a lot of questions there, and debating, but it really hinges on whether this was in fact a reckless act. And again, is where it's all going to hinge on. I've kind of laid out the facts. Obviously, people are going to have different perspectives on this, but let's see where this goes. This could be interesting, because then it can really lead to, again, as I said, a Pandora's box of different cases that are much less severe than the situation that happened in Highland Park with the mass shooting. But if your child in any way endangers another person with a firearm that you, because of you, they were allowed to have, then that could open up a lot more criminal litigation. So that's all I have for today. And again, hopefully I'll be back again soon. I haven't been able to upload videos onto my website, some bandwidth issue or something like that, the website's still up, but I just can't upload any videos, and the whole section's been taken down. So that's why I haven't really been doing this. And obviously I'm also busy, but I hopefully can do more and discuss more legal news topics coming up. And once our website's up, we'll get them uploaded. But right now you can just see them posted online. All right. Thank you. Have a great weekend.